Welcome, and my name's Leah, and this is who I am. So I started my entrepreneurial journey back in September 2020. So what can I do? And as I was a management accountant, and I had been for quite a while up to that point, I decided to start a bookkeeping and accountancy business. But after those first 6 to 8 months of running that practice, I began to realise that actually this was not what made me happy. So I went on this 18-month-long journey of self-discovery. I found a love for coaching. TimeLine therapy was created by a gentleman called Tad James. It is kind of like a therapeutic process, and within the methodology behind it and the techniques that you bring into it, it can change behaviour that you have at the unconscious level. It's predominantly used for releasing negative emotions based upon negative experiences that you've had in your past, which allow you to let go of those past influences. It's generally based upon NLP and hypnosis theories. So how does it work? This is your timeline right here. From the time you were born to now, there have been events in your life occurring that have been made you have positive and negative feelings attached to them. It may sound obvious, but when you have a positive emotion about an event, that's a good thing, and this is how we want to feel. But when you have a negative emotion such as anger, sadness, fear, hurt, or guilt, this emotion can linger in our unconscious mind and make us behave in a way now and in the future similar to the way that we reacted in the past, and we don't really want to carry those emotions forward with us. This occurs because our unconscious mind is where our emotions are stored, so we aren't consciously aware of them until situations occur. So when something happens, our conscious mind looks to the unconscious mind for an emotion to attach to what's happening to us, and that's how we react with it, unless we go through the process of timeline therapy. So what timeline therapy does, it allows you to let go of those negative emotions, and this is done during the timeline therapy process. In your unconscious mind that you've attached to those particular situations, by replacing them with positive lessons that you've learned and that you can take forward with you from now and into the future. But wait, there is more. Not only can you use timeline therapy to go into the past, but we can also use it to go out into the future. Through this process, we can place your goals on your timeline. And this is what we're going to be demonstrating today. Joanne, my lovely volunteer, is going to be placing her goal on her timeline. Joanne has been working with me and 31 other people in this goal setting workshop that I ran last week. When I place goals on your timeline, I want you to have gone through my Unbreakable Goals process, which is part of my coaching process, to ensure that they are exactly what it is that you particularly want. So, are you ready for the demonstration? If you have any questions, please feel free to DM me, because I'm aware that this is a recording, and I will get Joanne on screen. Go. Hi, Joanne. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Cool. So before we jumped on the recording, me and Joanne went through her goal. So just to remind you, Joanne, what you said was, it is now the 30th of June 2023, and you have booked 1 week's holiday for you and the family. Yes,
correct. Yeah.
Perfect. So that is the goal that we're going to be putting on Joanne's timeline. So if I were to ask you, Joanne, what is the last thing that needs to happen for you to know that you've achieved this goal?
Last thing to happen to know I've achieved this goal is that I actually have all the money there in the bank, ready to go. And so when I click and pay book it, it's paid straight away.
Awesome. So we're looking, so where are you going to be when you're doing this?
In my usual place, at my desk.
At your desk. Okay, so what's going to be going on around you? Are you going to be alone, or are you going to be there with your husband and your children at the time?
everything would have been agreed beforehand anyway. So chances are it's still the time when kids are be at school. Actually, I'm not entirely sure if it's a weekend, the 30th of June. If that's the case, then my eldest son will be out at his friends. My youngest one will be looking in his room. And who knows by that time where my husband will be. He'll either be working or he'll be home. So, but everything would have been all sorted beforehand. So,
Okay, so basically,
just me, myself,
just
and I.
you sat there with your computer and the dog.
Oh, and the dog, yes, definitely, because obviously she's got a big say in where she's going.
Yeah. So, how do you think you're going to feel at that particular point where you sat at your computer and you know you've got the money there to pay for this holiday and you're about to click book? How do you feel?
Pleased with myself.
Excited?
Oh, definitely excited. Please, over the moon, actually.
Awesome. So, is it generally when you're working, unless you're on a Zoom call, do you have anything going on in the background, any noises? If you were booking a holiday, would you have music on?
It'd probably be coming from the kitchen speaker, yeah.
Cool. Okay. So what I want you to do in your mind is create the image of you sat at your desk and you are about to click book on that button. So around you, you've got the dog, kids aren't there, husband's not there, it's just you. And you can hear the background noise of music from the kitchen. So I want you to create that image in your mind. And now I want you to step into that image as if you are there, sat at that desk and going on the mouse, click. Okay. So now, with that image in your mind, I want you to make it black or white. And then switch it back to colour. And let it sit wherever it feels a bit more comfortable, whether it's black or white or colour. And then I want you to take the image and then throw it far, far away. So you can hardly see it, and then bring it all the way back and then sit it back where it feels a bit more comfortable. Now I want you to make it really, really bright, so you're kind of like shielding your eyes from it, and then make it really, really dim, and then let it settle. Let it settle where you want it to be. Now I want you to change the size of the picture. So make it really, really big, so you can't even see the edges of it, and then make it really, really small, and then let it settle where it feels comfortable for you. Now I want you to change the focus. Make it all distorted and then make it clear again, and then let it settle where it feels really, really comfortable for you. And now I want you to turn it into a movie. So you've just sat down at your desk and you're about to click book on this holiday that you've all agreed on, and then turn it to a still image again. Maybe try putting a frame around it, pretty frame, and then knock it away again. Whatever makes you feel comfortable, whatever makes it feel really, really strong and powerful. And make the sound of the radio in the background go even louder, so you're like, whoa, who turned that up? And then go it back quietly again, so you can just hear it softly in the background. And keep that image really, really strong in your mind, so you're feeling really revved up and excited because you're about to really book that holiday. You're about to do it. So now I want you to take that internal representation and step out of it so you can see yourself in that representation. So you are watching yourself booking that holiday. And what we need to do with that representation is we need to now float up above your timeline. And I want you to take 4 deep breaths with me, because we're going to energize that internal representation. So I want you to breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. And again. Really energize that picture and make it absolutely amazing. And again. And it should be absolutely kind of the best thing in the world now. One more time. So now I want you to float out into the future, into the 30th of June, 2023. And you have booked that holiday for you and your family, and you are having a week away. And I want you to let that internal representation you've created float above your timeline and insert it on the 30th of June, 2023. Let it float right down onto your timeline. And now I want you to notice the events between then and now, reevaluate themselves to support this goal. So you can see everything changing, all the actions you're going to be taking between then and now, everything's falling into place, and you are going to be booking that holiday on the 30th of June, 2023. And I want you to float back to now and come back to me when you're ready. Welcome back. How was that?
It was good.
Oh, there we go. That is the process of putting your goal into your future. And you can understand why I like people to go through the process that I took you all through last week to ensure that this is the goal that you actually want. Because now it's in your future, it's going to happen. And things are going to change to make it happen. So you really need to know that you want it. And I know you do. I can tell, I can feel it. So thank you very much, Joe, for being my volunteer, or volunteered by other people, as the case was. So if any of you watching are interested, just bear with me 1 second. I'll reshare my screen. And you've all jumped all over the place like usual. So if you want to know more, it says there'll be an email coming out afterwards, but because I've screwed up with the registration form, I wanted to just let you know how I work right now. I have my one-to-one coaching, and I do that for 6 months minimum, and the prices will go from £750 a month to £2,000 a month, dependent on what it is that you need from me in your business. And I support people with business coaching and financial coaching. NLP and timeline therapy takes a massive role in what it is I do, as well as the other skills and experience that I've got. But I also, the Becoming Balanced Academy that I launched last week, that is starting in February. I'm taking enrollments now to start in February. There'll be the first group coaching call on, can't remember which Monday now, in February, and that is just £49 a month, no contract. It's literally just an agreement that I send over that you'll make the monthly payments, and you'll give me at least a week's notice that you're not going to be continuing the next month. So I'm made aware, that's all. So we can cancel your direct debits. So if you're interested in joining both or finding out more, please book a curiosity call. They're free, they're 20 minutes. And just to chat through what's going on for you and your business and whatever right now. I'm here to serve you. I'm here to help you. Whether if I don't feel that you're a right fit, or you don't feel you're a right fit for what it is I've got to offer, that's perfect. But I'm happy to jump on a call and answer any questions you've got, or anything. Anything's absolutely perfect. Anyway, thank you for watching. And thank you again, Joe. I really appreciate it. And that is all. Thank you very much. Bye.